freeing thing for me in this journey, in this last year of letting go. And then I realized like I was scared of death. Like I was like freaking out when it first happened and all this stuff. And like I'm praying and Lord, just like I really wanted to be healed, which I believe I am healed, and it's like coming the physical manifestation. I can't get tested, so that's why I'm like I'm just waiting. But there was this wrestle, and it's kind of like, oh, I was scared of death, and then it made me face like, do I really believe this gospel that I talk about? Like, do I really believe what Christ said? Do I really, really believe his word? Because if I did, like, and hear my heart, because I'm not saying if you're like facing sickness or disease, not to contend for healing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying in this journey for me, it was an eye-opening. Oh, I think there's fear there. There's fear that like I need to give to the Lord and really let him work with me through it. That I really believe what I've said he has done for my life. And if I believe it, this shouldn't scare me for this reason. That I can stand in faith, believing for this thing, believing for healing, contending for healing, not from a place of anxiousness or fear, but from a place of trust. And so that's been like the shift of my mentality in this season. And it's been really, I think, again, freeing.
Yeah. And I kind of relate to you in a sense, because in January, I think we talked about it a little bit, but one of my grandmas passed away, and it's the first person in our family that we've lost since I've been alive, which is crazy that I'm 30 years old and just now losing someone that's close to me.
That's amazing.
But in it, I didn't really know how I was gonna react, and the only times that I even had like an emotional reaction was whenever I was thinking about like what my grandfather or what my dad was going through, and like imagining like if I was losing a wife or losing like my mom, like what would be hitting me in that moment. And I think that was the first time that I'd felt genuine empathy that the Lord gave me maybe ever.
Yeah.
And in it though, as like she was about to pass, like my grandpa asked me to like pray over her and pray over us. And like, that's like the whole family's believers, but that's just not really something that we often do other than just the cliche before a meal saying a prayer. And I'm really thankful for the Lord to be able to have me and like the composure to be able to do that and to be able to honor her well. And that was the first time I'd ever seen my grandfather cry. And it was just a moment that I know we're going to look back on for a long time. But the reason I'm saying it is, I think for the first time, maybe since I accepted Jesus, I had such a deep appreciation for his blood and his resurrection. Like that, thank you for shedding your blood so that this person that I love would be able to live.
Yeah. And
that I didn't know before that if I would have genuinely believed, like as someone who I loved was passing away, like Jesus, your blood covers them. Like I know where they're going, and like I don't have to worry about that. And I'm sure the rubber meets the road a bit more whenever it's you rather than just someone. But
no,
I feel you in that.
That's still massive. Thanks for sharing. Like, and also like sorry for your loss, because that's still a heavy thing. But again, to know where she is, I think like to know. That's the beauty of what Jesus paid for, is we get to know. And yeah, I could say, I think, because it's me, it's heavier. I think, man, when we're talking about life and death, it's just like, it hits everybody differently. Like, and I really think that the Lord has put like some type of supernatural grace on me in this season as I've been walking through this season. You know, we love seasons.
Yep.
We love seasons in this season. And so it's been cool. Like some people, I say that because people are like, life is happening to everybody, right? And so something happens to somebody and they're like, oh, but like, I shouldn't be sad because you Like, no, bro. Like, life is happening. Things are happening. Like, life is moving. The world does not revolve around me, and so it's like, again, the both and we can both be grieving about something at the same time, even if it's like different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and a question that I had a lot of last year was, or just a thought was, I didn't know that genuine grief and genuine excitement could exist in a heart at the same time. And that question, I don't know if we've talked about this. The question came up on like the weekend that you got engaged, because there was some other stuff happening that weekend that was like really heavy for me. And being able to see that a heart can feel multiple things at the same time, that a heart that is okay to love multiple things at the same time. Because I feel like as Christians, we think that, oh, loving God means I cannot love anything else point blank, just zilch. Mm-hmm. But it's a priority thing. It doesn't, loving the Lord doesn't mean I have to have a apathy or disdain for everything else in life. It just means he comes first, people second, and then everything else I can love just in that alignment.
I love that. It's a priority thing.
Yeah.
It makes it so clear.